Hills and Home, 30 Years of Bluegrass. This is a bluegrass compilation from a bunch of groups, and it purports to be a history of bluegrass. So inside, there are several pages of text, information about the song that are on it. So let's go into what's on here. So it starts off with Why Did You Wander, which was written by Lester Flatt and Bill Monroe. And the band is Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys, with Bill Monroe playing mandolin and singing tenor, Lester Flatt on guitar and lead vocal, Earl Scruggs on banjo, and Chubby Wise on fiddle, and Cedric Rainwater on bass. This is the all-time classic bluegrass band. And the next track is Blue Ridge Cabin Home by Flatt and Scruggs. The song is credited to Certain and Stacy, which is Flatt and Scruggs' wives' maiden names. I'm not sure if the wives wrote it or if they use this as an alias, a pen name. But this was the first. This is from the session that had the first use of a dobro in bluegrass. Josh Graves on dobro, or Buck Graves. And had Curly Seckler on mandolin, but once Buck Graves joined the band, there was hardly any mandolin going on. And after that is a song written by Ralph Stanley called Daniel Prayed. It's a spiritual. It's done by the Stanley brothers, Carter Stanley on guitar, then lead vocal, Bill Napier on baritone vocal, and Ralph Stanley on banjo and tenor vocal. And there's a bass vocal too, I forget who it is, but it's in stereo, which is amazing considering how old it is. After that is Love, Please Come Home by Don Reno, Red Smiley, and the Tennessee Cut-Ups. And then after that comes You'd Better Wake Up, which was written by Jim Ains, but is sung by Mac Wiseman and the Country Boys. And that's followed by Your Old Standby by Jim Ains, which includes Alan Shelton on steel pedal banjo. I've not been able to find this particular version of this song on Apple Music, which is annoying. The next track is 21 Years by the Lonesome Pine Fiddlers, which includes various members of the Klein family, especially Curly Ray Klein. Then Spring Hill Disaster by Bill Clifton and the Dixie Mountain Boys. Then Old Age by Dave Woolham and his Kentucky Mountain Boys. That one includes a double banjo thing, two banjos playing at the same time. Now let's take a look at the other side. Okay, so side 2 starts off with Blackberry Blossom, a traditional fiddle tune. It's all instrumental, and this particular version is done by Billy Baker's band, which includes Bill Keith, so it's in melodic style. Then there is Hold What You Got from the Good and Country album by Jimmy Martin and the Sunny Mountain Boys. This includes Chubby Wise on fiddle and J.D. Crowe on banjo, in addition to Jimmy Martin singing lead and playing guitar. Then Diesel Train by Jim and Jesse and the Virginia Boys. That's Jim McReynolds playing guitar and singing lead, and Jesse McReynolds playing mandolin and singing tenor, and Alan Shelton on banjo. Okay, and then after that is A Pathway of Teardrops by the Osborne Brothers. That's Bobby Osborne singing lead and playing mandolin, and then the voice below that is Sonny Osborne playing banjo and singing baritone, and then there's a lower tenor voice below that. So it's an interesting arrangement of vocals that most bluegrass groups don't do. Okay. After that is Hills at Home by the original country gentlemen, including Charlie Waller singing lead, playing guitar, John Duffy singing tenor, playing mandolin, and Eddie Adcock singing baritone, playing banjo. Okay, and then after the country gentleman comes Raise a Ruckus Tonight by the Lonesome River Boys. And then Fox on the Run by Emerson and Waldron. That's a very popular bluegrass song. Then Body and Soul by the Newgrass Revival. And I think I like their version better than Bill Monroe's version. And finally, The Dill Pickle Rag by the Bluegrass All-Stars, which is actually Jesse McReynolds and a bunch of studio musicians, including Bobby Thompson on banjo and Benny Martin on fiddle. It's an all-instrumental, and it heavily emphasizes mandolin. There's lots of mandolin in this. So this is a really good compilation. It encompasses bluegrass history all the way from the original bluegrass group all the way up to modern stuff. And the notes on it are really good, and it tells you the instrumentation as much as is known for all of it, for every song. It tells me more about the instrumentation on Jimmy Martin's song than the album this track is taken from. So, really good album. I highly recommend it.